Overclock is a demolisher focused heavily on dealing damage. His drawback is that he receives 20% less healing than other warrior types, making it harder for allies to keep him online. Overclock doesn't have any weapons that provide omni damage, so when playing him, use his rocket launcher on shields and his laser rifle or energy gloves for attacking sparks. The laser rifle causes spark damage, but not near as much as his energy gloves do, so when commanders have stripped away the shields, they should move in with the energy gloves, which is really where his punishing damage comes in. Overclock has also got very strong equipment enabling him to get up close with enemies. However, commanders shouldn't stay in it for too long. While Overclock has some equipment that helps him stay in close quarters for a little while, he's not going to last in the thick of it unless he's got a really strong team to back him up. Put simply, the Stellar Rocket S-Tech on the rocket launcher delivers a single big hit against a target's shield pool, but delivers very little spark damage. The Outtime S-Tech on the laser rifle has a slowdown capability which allows for multiple tactics. It can stop people from getting close to Overclock when commanders don't want them to. Even if they have shields up, you can still go to the laser rifle, use Outtime and switch back to rockets again just to keep them away from the warrior. Also, when the shield is dropped and commanders want to get up close, Outtime stops targets from running away. The Repair Countdown Energy Glove S-Tech delivers a short heal over time effect that culminates with a big heal. So at first, Overclock gets some healing before receiving a big blast heal. Use Repair Countdown with a little bit of pre-planning. If Overclock is under attack and his spark is about to go low, then that's the time to use it, because this S-Tech will take a few seconds for the full effect to kick in. Overclock's first equipment, Soldier Spy, speeds up the attack rate of his weapon so he can deliver more damage. Soldier Spy is good for all weapons, but it works particularly well with the energy gloves. It'll make him hit super quick. It also means the Autobot will fill up his S-Tech gauge quicker, enabling commanders to heal Overclock a lot more frequently so he can stay alive for longer in a close fight while delivering burst damage. His second piece of equipment, Explosive Experiment, is a delayed explosion around him. When initially activated, nothing happens. Commanders see a radius around him, then a few seconds later, he'll blow up and do a heavy amount of spark damage within that radius. Players should keep close to enemies while it's active and use it to target their spark, not shields. A good way of closing in for a kill is to strip the shields off with Overclock's rockets, slow the target with a laser rifle's S-Tech to getting close, and, while closing him down, activate the Explosive Experiment. This means that the warrior is close to the target when Explosive Experiment is ready to go off, and he can switch to using Soldier Spy and the energy gloves to finish off the enemy. The final equipment on Overclock is Profile Absorber, which prevents him from taking damage, effectively acting as an extra shield. It only protects him for a number of seconds or until a certain level of damage has been taken. Because it's a complete damage halt, Profile Absorber is a good thing to combine with energy gloves because they need 4 seconds to build up and realize a full heal. In emergency situations, if commanders hit Profile Absorber, they'll probably give themselves those critical seconds. But Profile Absorber, it's not a raw damage reduction. It's just a fixed amount of preventative damage that makes Overclock really strong in one-on-one encounters. So if multiple people hit him, it's going to go away faster, but a single enemy will have a much tougher time getting through it. Overclock doesn't have any omni-damage weapons, which means commanders will be splitting damage points between shield and spark weapons. Because Soldier Spy equipment increases the damage and attack rates of all primaries, and they scale very well with the critical hit chance, commanders should also consider putting points into focus stats. If commanders want to play Overclock defensively, then resistance is a good stat to increase. That's because his Profile Absorber equipment means it doesn't matter about having a big or small health pool, the equipment will always absorb the same amount of damage. If you don't go in for kills with energy gloves, I wouldn't worry so much about resistance. Overclock might still want some for emergencies with his Profile Absorber equipment, but you can probably focus more on your damage stats spread evenly between shield and spark damage types. Overclock's Explosive Experiment delivers spark damage, so you'll probably get more back from your spark stat. It also means you'll be less effective at stripping shields, but if you're gonna favor one of the two, you should probably favor spark damage. Overclock is a demolisher focused heavily on dealing damage. He's got very strong equipment, enabling him to get up close with enemies, but you've got to master his timing. Overclock provides commanders long-range damage while still packing a punch on the battlefield. With his equipment offering further scope for strong tactical execution, Overclock is one Autobot that shouldn't be ruled out of a kill, regardless of the situation.